Go ahead and bring her up right now. Mandy Manning, everybody.
Head shaking
Hi,
already.
welcome.
Coming out to a head shake. I don't blame you.
Oh, well, it's always fun to follow Jerry, no? Yeah?
Never.
That was hilarious.
Oh, man, we had this.
That was like my first day in the classroom.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Dianetics went
Yeah.
over.
Yeah,
big.
Dianetics
It
everywhere.
didn't go over very well.
Yeah.
Or the knife.
Sure.
The drinking, I don't know.
That comes later with
Probably
teaching,
what,
right?
Yeah.
It's a timing game.
Yeah.
On the
I
breaks.
tried to explain that it was for after school, but
Yeah.
Yeah. You're the National Teacher of the Year. It's incredible.
Pretty awesome.
Pulled a really cool move, you know? I thought.
Yeah.
I had a really great bit because Sean works at Boo Radley's, and I was like, you should I wanted to out-button you.
oh,
I was like, give
And
me
then-
as many buttons
Well,
as
you
you
only got
can.
one.
And I only got
Well, yeah,
one, so.
jumped to this morning and I went and decided to get a crown on a tooth today. Because I was like, oh, I didn't have anything going on this morning. Yeah, let's do that. And like 10 minutes before leaving for the show, I was just kind of standing there, looking around the room, and I was like, I think I got everything. Like 5 minutes out, I was like, oh, my one job. I had one job this show. Buttons.
But, I mean, so actually I found out recently because we talked last week, but you kind of go on a bit of a sabbatical, like to do your duties as National Teacher of the Year. And so
Yeah.
you've been out of the classroom.
I'm-
And so what's been like the best part of being out and, being National Teacher of the Year?
well, there's several things that I love. I love meeting teachers from across the nation.
Sure.
And I love meeting students and seeing schools.
Yeah.
But the most memorable event so far has been something that happened locally that was just sort of someone approached me and they were like, hey, could you just come and moderate this panel with students? And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything on New Year's Eve. It's cool. And so I went up to Colville, which is metropolis. And there was this amazing event. It was called Africa's Tomorrow, and it was a former Peace Corps volunteer who had created this program for supporting young women from different African nations to come to the United States, get an education at one of our colleges, and then go back to their nation to help improve things or to impact their own communities.
Sure.
And I had no idea I was going to be so impacted by the experience, but I met this group of incredible women from different nations in Africa who have more life experience and have overcome more than anything that we here in the United States could ever imagine. And here they are, like, so excited to go back and use the skills and the knowledge that they've learned to make their communities better. And,
In Colville?
Yeah, in Colville. Colville. I just talked to the group yesterday, and I was like, you might consider, because it was like a fundraiser thing, and I said, you might consider coming to Spokane to do your fundraiser.
Yeah.
I just an idea.
I mean, no slam on Paul there.
An idea, but it was really incredible. And one of the most rewarding parts was watching the audience and how they were taking in and learning
Sure.
and having this new experience because of these incredible people that they were
Right.
meeting.
Wow, that's so amazing. And what's been the best part about teaching where you typically teach at the Newcomer Center? Or that's not what you typically do.
It's not really a typical situation, but so I get the opportunity to meet kids from across the world. We have had students in my classroom from every single continent, and so getting to meet them and experience who they are and learn from them. Because it's really, yes, I'm teaching them, but I'm learning so much more and gaining so much more from them.
Yeah.
And seeing just how excited they are and how thankful and how much they want to give back and how they become part of me and I become part of them. And as a matter of fact, I have one of my former students who is in the audience right now.
Yeah.
And it's Hussein, and he's there, and he's got my phone, so he's videotaping. But you can stand up, Hussein, and
Hi, guys. Thanks for coming.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is Hussein, and he is from Iraq, and I had the pleasure of teaching him in 2012. And he's a unique student because he was older when he came into my classroom. So we had to do some different things with him, and we got him into a cosmetology program, and he's now a licensed cosmetologist here in Spokane. And when we first met, my hair was down to here. And now,
Yeah. Nice work, Hussein. Nice
he is
work,
responsible for this. But he works down at Studio One on Sprague and Cedar, and he loves new clients. He's incredible. He does beards. He does even like designs. He's incredible. And he also does music. So he has a YouTube channel. What is it called? Isho?
Hussein Isho.
Hussein Isho. So you should check it out because he's pretty incredible.
Man, we should have booked Hussein.
I know, right? Right?
Next month.
So, but these are the connections I get to make, and I am forever enriched because of beautiful humans like Hussein. So.
That's so cool. That's so great. Now, it's really interesting. I found this out when we met, but we wanted to ask you, if you weren't a teacher, what would you do? And actually, your background isn't really in teaching so
No.
much.
Yeah, I wasn't going to be a teacher at all, and I studied to be a filmmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so but I determined that it wasn't really the right career for me because you have to be kind of mean.
Yeah.
It's true.
A lot of compromises.
And I was super good at like taking the meanness, but I am not good at dishing it out. I'd be like, that's cool, let's compromise on editing time. I knew it wasn't gonna work out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And you actually did other things too. It's almost like you were avoiding being a teacher.
totally avoiding it. I don't have a degree in education. Which I know is like making you all have heart attacks because you're working with children and you don't know. But I did get my certification, so you can all like breathe. But
And on top of many other degrees.
because I studied filmmaking and then communications, and I have an MFA in fiction writing because I like to write horror stories. I avoid it like at all costs. I'm like, study education, what? But
Guess I'll be a teacher.
so now I've been in the classroom for 20 years.
Man, yeah.
So you found your calling.
That would have to be what it would be called.
You're
Yes.
forced
By
into your
default.
calling. I
Yes,
think, yeah.
but it's been awesome. Mostly because I love to connect and I love to build relationships, and so I don't think it's hurt me that I've never studied education because I really believe that the crux of every classroom is how you connect with kids and how you help them connect with each other and the community at large. Yeah. And that's something that I've always just done. And it took me like 10 years to realize that was why my kids were doing well. I just thought I always won the lottery. I was like, I just
Probably
got the
had
great
invaluable
kids.
insight.
Right.
Yeah. But then I found out later that, it's because I cared about who they were.
Right, yeah.
Who'd have thought?
So,
Empathy.
Encouraging young minds is helpful, yeah.
So it's been awesome. But I would love to write horror stories.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I would
we're
love
always
to read
looking
your
for writers for the
stories.
show. I mean, you saw
Yeah.
our Jerry Poppins bit. We got great stuff,
I
but
mean,
Different kind of horror.
I do have one story you guys can look up. It's called Little Shrimpy. And you can look it up online, and then you can have different ideas about me.
I'm excited.
You'll just be like, oh my God, she's teaching kids. But it's
Little
good.
Shrimpy
It's good.
and Mandy Manning.
Yeah.
I'm looking that up immediately after the show.
Yeah, no, I am too. Absolutely.
Well, Mandy, I think it's a very well-deserved award. I'm so happy that you did receive this award and all of the hard work that you do with so many different people who really need help. And I thank you so much for coming on and for everything you do. So
Anytime Spokane can look good.
One more thing?
Absolutely.
Because I can't go anywhere right now without talking about Teachers Against Child Detention.
I'm sorry. Yes, I forgot about
Yeah,
this.
so I started a new campaign. It came of the child separations that are happening and some of the policies that are happening around immigration. And one of the most upsetting pieces is that we are detaining children across the nation simply because they're not born in the United States.
Still.
Yes, there are
Yeah.
11,400 children in detention right now simply because they weren't born in the United States. There are over 117 detention centers. Yes, they closed Tornillo, but they are expanding another one called Homestead in Miami. And this is something that we are doing as a nation, and so I have created this campaign called Teachers Against Child Detention. We're going to be doing a teach-in in El Paso on February 17th, which is President's Day weekend. Please check out the website. It's teachersagainstchilddetention.org. You can donate, you can collect books. There's information on how you can do that. You can join us in El Paso. You can sign a petition. But this is something that we all need to be aware of, and we all need to engage and take action because these are children. And as an educator, every single kid that comes into my classroom, I accept and I love, and all children deserve to be in school. All children deserve
Be with
to
their
reach their
parents.
potential,
Yeah.
and ultimately all children deserve to be free. So.
Thank you. Give us that website one more time.
It's teachersagainstchilddetention.org.
Teachersagainstchilddetention.org. Please go look at that and help any way you can. Mandy Manning, everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it's so
Thank
nice.
you.
That was so fun.
No, thank